Welcome to Frankenstein's Fabrics Saturday Stitches. This week we're going to take a bit of a sideways step with our loop-de-loop. If you remember back on the second video, we did the loop-de-loop. So travelling and crossing over, creating a looped stitch on a chain. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to add a motif into that, in amongst the loops. So, needle down and bring your bobbin thread to the top, foot down and needle down. Now what you want to do is you want to come into your area, do at least one loop and travel to a more open space so you can create your shape. Now this week I'm going to show you one shape because it requires a bit of practice to get the hang of this one. So what I want you to do is hands in a comfortable position, make sure you're hanging onto your bobbin thread, and here we go. Now as you can see, I've just created a 5-pointed star. Now, the reason why this one requires a bit of practice to achieve is because you've got to remember to come back to the point from the loop where you entered into the star. And then this way, you've got to travel out of that. This one's a good idea to practice on a bit of paper first, just so you can get the muscle memory with pen and paper and practice the 5-pointed star. So you start at the one point, you travel up and down to create a triangle, you go back to the left of where you started, across to the right, and then down back to where you started. Now the beauty of this design is you can make big stars, small stars, whatever you prefer. You don't have to do just a single loop in between stars, you can do as many as you like. So here I did 2, and most of them will have 1. It's just personal preference and whatever travelling stitches you need to move around the space. Now, if you get trapped in a corner or you've missed a spot, travel along your ditch area. So say if this is the center, this is a block and I've already ditched these seams, I can travel along and then I can come back into that space where I've missed and do the filler stitch again. So, points to remember. Practice on paper first with this one so that you get the muscle memory of how to draw a 5-pointed star. Start on the bottom, make a triangle to the left, to the right, and back to your original point. Put as many loops as you want in between and use them as you travel to a blank space to draw a star. I'll just fill this last space in. So as you can see, it fills the space quite nicely. It's beautiful when you're doing night skies on quilts and things like that. If you want to play around with the different colours that you use when you're stitching, it comes up beautifully. So remember, you can change the size of your stars at any point. They're not all the same size, so you don't have to worry about it, and it looks more realistic. So have a go at that one, and we'll see you next week for the next shape that will join our loop-de-loop. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.